Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this Friday morning, getting ready to give away some seafood and some other things, and also a good fishing report today. But first, let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and hard-working crew up there in Southport spreading Christmas cheer this week up there in Waller Elementary, and we'll show you some pictures from that later on. But let's look at the temperature, though. High today is 74, low 64. Not much variance. And there's going to be a chance of rain this weekend. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they're calling for some rain off and on in the Florida Panhandle, and I've been looking in the distance for some cold weather because I love those Christmas fires, and I don't see any cold weather, real cold weather coming. It's going to be cooling off some, but it'd be good to have some bonfires and also some s'mores and all that. Our water temperature is right at 67 degrees. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get outdoors with our Mountain Dew. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is looking good. It's at a 7.7, and the Choctaw at Carabelle 6.3, and our rivers, I was thinking about the rivers this weekend. It's just going to be some good, if you get away, some good times on the river, some good fish being caught there. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at the tide is very strong today, tomorrow, going on in the first part of next week. Our low tide is at 628. The high tide is at 740. That's brought to us by, like I say, Kent Forest Lawn. Wind's going to be coming out of southeast now at about 10, so it'll be a little bit strong. Anytime it gets in double figures, I just sort of hesitate on taking a canoe or kayak out because it can be, that wind can sort of build up toward the end, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're in a sort of hidden area, you're okay. Get out of the wind, Daddy would always say. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back as we get ready for the Christmas season and going in full stride now. One of my favorite memories is my mom making cookies and things and all, and then over the years, Gail has done the same thing. I was talking, and so many people are baking. That's what I'm trying to get at. There's so many people baking Christmas goodies and all kind of things. It's just part of our culture. And Jeff was telling me they're running out of, at Walmart, they're running out of cream cheese. They can't get any because so much baking going on, I guess, with a feud cake. But anyway, I know you enjoy it, and I just love the smell of it, and Gail's going to kill me for this, but I got a picture of her. I sent this to her granddaughter, her baking the other day, making cookies for everybody. But what I wanted to point out, I know that's my beautiful wife, but I want to see that mixer right there. That mixer is her mother's mixer, and she still uses her mother's mixer. And I just get a kick out of it. She does way too much, and I tell her we don't do this much this year. But she does a lot of baking for everybody. So I can't wait to get home and eat one of those cookies. She gets on to me for eating them, though. Okay, listen, God, coming up on January the 1st, and I may go to this. One thing, just to get on, just actually walk on the St. Joe State Park out there at the Cape. They're doing a day hike at 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and it's they're going to have a ranger there and walk down there. And it all won't be. I don't think the whole thing is that far, but there's some flowers blooming, all kinds of stuff. I just want to get out on the state park. We haven't been on there since the hurricane, so obviously they've got some progress done. So anyway, just if you want to get out and get a little exercise on January the 1st at T.H. Stone Memorial, St. Joseph Peninsula State Park. Okay, you live with a deer hunter when you find corn in the dryer. And I got to chuckle out of this because that does happen. This is cool. Merry Christmas, Panhandle Outdoors from Jack and Mary at Monarch Ski Area, Colorado. That's Jack Nichols. And folks, check out the Panhandle Outdoors shirt. Is that not cool? Jack's dad, Charles, one of our loyal viewers, and Merry Christmas. And Jack comes home and saw him recently when he came home, but they live out there in Colorado, and I'd love to see that picture. That's sort of, in case you fall, they can find you there. And then I also sent this picture here. This is cool. Looking west from the Continental Divide. Now isn't that beautiful? That's just I've always been fascinated with the Continental Divide, and there it is right there. I got to get out there and look at that. Okay, coming up, basketball fans, Milton Johnson Optimist Invitational. This money goes to a good cause up there in Chipola. Billy Grantham sent this to me. So this is Christmas basketball tournament. And some good basketball going on up there. And the Optimist Club is putting it on. You can buy a ticket for like the whole day. See some really good basketball going to good cause. This is the story here. I got to just tell this a series of stories, okay? This is Michael Turner and Kendra Turner. They both went to Mosley and outdoor ed. So they said, this is their daughter, the big girl, killed her first deer this weekend, sitting with mommy. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall in that ground blind with those two after Alec Grace gave this to her 6-point, a dirt nap with a crossbow, her pappy let her borrow. This girl is 5 years old. Look at the picture though. She's touching it, and there's the crossbow. I've got a series of pictures, and she's proud of that. That's a good shot now. A 5-year-old. Look at there. There's Mama Kendra. They're all happy, and then she just went on to say that later on, Michael, her husband, got this big one also. They had a good day up there. Michael Turner and Kendra Turner. There they are there. Good hunting, good family atmosphere. Good job. Ned Maxwell sent this. New stickers for the trashy fishing wagon. That's his fishing vehicle. But we sold out of these. We just got some more in. A lot of people buying these stickers. So up in Chattahoochee, Ned Maxwell. And also the cups. Don't forget the cups down at Sunjammers. Danny Joe Strength sent this. Talking about litter. First sentence. Love coffee. Coffee with a coach every morning. We might need to change it. I like that name, Coffee with a Coach. Okay, I like that. Please remind our deer hunters to secure your corn sacks. They blow out of the bed of your truck. Unintentional, I'm sure, but gives hunters a black eye. Remember, secure your sack. That's Jack Strength up there in the back 40 in Carabelle. And that is so true. We do that, and I want to talk about that. A lot of times we put the corn out, and we throw stuff in the back of the truck, and it does blow out. And like you said, it's not intentional. But so, what I do, I wad them up and put something on them, or sometimes I have some heavy stuff I put in them so they won't blow out. But that does happen. You see it. So take care of that. And other people, a lot of times put coffee cups, those styrofoam cups. They throw them in the back of the truck, and they blow right out. We get them in our neighborhood at times, and a lot of folks are doing that. Now, I want to, speaking of bacon. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back and talk about this. Okay, welcome back. I want to read this. It's one of my Facebook buddies put this on last night. I read it, and it sort of hits home a lot of things. It really talks a lot about different things with family and all, and I think it's appropriate this time of year, okay? And this is from Ronald Mathis. I told Ronald I was going to read this on the show. Yeah, and you don't have to read it, but the whole thing. But anyway. As some of you young people are dreading going to grandma's house because you want to be with your friends, let me tell you this, and believe it or not, there will come a day when you will give anything to be sitting at that table, eating and listening to all those corny stories she is telling. You want to run with those friends instead of sitting with the best friend you will ever have, the one who will always have your back. One day, you won't have that table to sit at, and you will certainly miss it. So if you still have that family, suck it up and do it, because as you get older, that will be the most treasured days of your life. Ronald Mathis. And Ronald, that is so well spoken, especially this time of the year. And I know young people, I know they just go all kind of ways, and they really don't ever stop and think about spending that time with their family and all. And like I say, you look back, as they look back, they will wish they had. So I want to share that. In fact, I'm going to send that to some people. I'm sending that to my grandkids. And but anyway, let's move on. I do have last night I was looking. Let's look at some fishing pictures. Well, let's go on and do this anyway. Talking about nostalgia. Last night I was looking. I put a show together, and I was looking through the book because I was thinking of Christmas and how the old timers celebrated Christmas in this area. And I know we do different things. A lot of folks have cookouts and all, and barbecues and whatever, and shrimp boils and all that around this area. But in the early days, when I did my research, I really got interested in seeing what they did around Christmas. And a lot of families and friends would get together, and they did an oyster roast. They just put oysters on a fire, and that was a magnet that brought the family and friends together with those oysters cooked on a fire. And I was looking up some stuff, but I got sidetracked, as I often do when I get in my book and all. I started reading this story. I just love going back and reading these stories on occasion, and I'm going to share this one with you because I hadn't mentioned this guy much. This is not really old history back in the 20s and 30s. This was like in the 50s and 60s about boat building. I want to share Kelly. This is Kelly Tibbetts, okay? Kelly Tibbetts, I'll show him right here. Basically, he just came. I want to read. Came here in 1928, and he designed and built all kind of boats. And he was out in Texas a while, then came here. And in 1960, he actually came and brought during World War II. He worked at the shipyard, and then he came on here. But here's a picture of him. But he was a master boat builder, and he never used any plans. He actually said plans are for people who don't know what they're doing. So I just want to show a couple of boats that he built. This was 1960s at Treasure Island Marina. They were just sort of getting started out there. Wasn't many people there, but it was an excellent place to have a boat yard and actually build a boat. And this was the first area in this area. He had put in curved windows, and no one had ever done that before. And then here's another one he built in 1965. Came out of the Holiday Lodge. But he was just a really good boat builder. Never used any plans. And his grandsons are local, doing work with boats still. The Matke brothers. The Matke brothers do fiberglass work. Do top class work here in the Florida Panhandle, here on the beach on Thomas Drive. They really do great work. Now I want to move. We're getting ready for our fishing report, and I thought I'd find some fishing pictures for you to get you really in the mood to go fishing this weekend. All right, well, here we go. This is Zach McKeithen and Kyle Register. They caught some nice shell cracker, a nice mess of shell cracker. Okay, Jordan Jarrett. Okay, these came out of Panama City fishing page. The redfish are just so dependable this time of year. I've got several pictures of redfish. This is Jordan Jarrett, and here we go. This is Amanda Warren catching a big redfish. And you see, we'll talk about on the fishing report about the areas to go red fishing, and this is around bridges, and they're called a channel. They're all in the channels. Okay, Josh Carroll, here's one over here. Okay, so a lot of redfish are being caught bull reds. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to share those with you. And so one of the things when you're fishing for them, they're called a channel bass. But get in those channels and all. But this time of year, especially have people coming down and visiting, and again, the best thing, try to find some kind of live bait. And so when you find a live bait, you just want to go out with a net and just find whatever's swimming out there on the edges in the grass and all. That's going to be a live bait. It could be a variety of things, and it comes at different times of the year. And speaking of which, I saw a mullet jump yesterday into my dock, and it just made me realize things are going later this year than normal. So they're still jumping. A big old mullet too. Okay, let's get ready for our drawing. And we're going to do, before we do a drawing, this will be the Los Angejitos will be first. This will be our final drawing for Los Angejitos. Matt and Minta have sold Los Angejitos, and so they said they had great response from advertising on our show, and they were very thankful of it. They've sold it, and they're going to move on to other things. I think they're going to rest a while, but they will honor these gift certificates. So if you have one, hadn't used it, go and use it this month, okay? So for the final drawing on the Los Angejitos, okay, the winner is going to be Matthew Miller from Lynn Haven, $25 gift certificate. And the second winner is going to be James Haney. All right, now let's go down to Tropical Dock Seafood, and we're going to have the $20 gift certificate, and just go down there and ask for Clay, and that winner is going to be Stephen Swanson from Panama City. Steve Swanson. And a big red snapper. And you got to cook some fish during the holidays. Okay, and that winner is going to be Chris Walding. Okay, and we'll probably do one more drawing probably the middle of next week, and then I'm gonna all these people, I've got a stack of people that won. I'm going to show you how many people won and show it next week. And these people here, you got one more chance maybe for a red snapper or a gift certificate, okay? All right, let's take our final break, and we'll be right back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back. We're wrapping up this week. Been a great week. Good guest on Monday's show. We'll have a special guest coming down from Bluntstown, and you're going to really enjoy that young man. So we've got a lot of stuff next week going on. I hope you get caught up on your Christmas shopping, and don't forget the outdoor stuff. Always try to buy something cool for the outdoorsman in your family. Listen, talking about a fishing report, the first thing I thought about last night, I was writing things down. First thing, we're sort of what I call in a lull, L-U-L-L. Not a lot going on because everyone is so busy trying to wrap things up, getting ready for Christmas, and outdoors sort of get squeezed to the back burner. I've seen it happen a lot in the hunting and the fishing. And then you're going to have all that time between Christmas and New Year's you have off to do that, so you're trying to scramble around. So we're in that lull period, but still, with that being said, it's still going to be a great weekend to go. One of the things I wrote down, the advantage of the lull period is one word, quiet. There's not going to be anybody else around on the rivers or really anywhere, and the woods going to be sort of quiet. There'll be a few people out there, but this is an excellent time to go out there and get some peace and quiet in the outdoors. Now, I mentioned the bull reds, which we have right here, this big bull red, and I was telling Jeff we're going to take him. This will be the last time we have him up here on the set for this year. We're going to take him down and probably put up a big old speck of trout for some winter fishing. But the bull reds, like I said, showing the pictures earlier, it's a good time of year to get them. And let's start on the western end of a viewing area. The Destin Pass was going to be one of the best places to go in the Destin Pass. It's more busy now as it is during the fishing season and all, but around the bridge there, it's just a really, really good place to go. They're going to be in that channel, so keep that in mind. And while we're on Choctawhatchee Bay, the trout, we talked last week about some nice trout was caught up in the water, up in the creeks and all. But now we've talked about how it's been so flexible. The trout really, and Greg Rudnick and Bill mentioned this the other day, they're sort of still out on the flat. So keep that in mind. The flats are, if you're going to fish for trout and all, I wouldn't spend a lot of time going up in the creeks right now. I'd fish for trout in the flats. So in the same areas, going back to Choctawhatchee Bay, the same areas, and don't forget the bridge fishing here, the same areas you would normally go in Choctawhatchee Bay. Okay. The bridge, again, bridge fishing is good during the holidays. Bridge fishing and fishing from shore, and I always talk about this area right in here on the Choctawhatchee Bay. Okay. Now let's go down the Intracoastal. And the Intracoastal waterway is good fishing during the Christmas holidays. I can promise you. Just fishing all along the Intracoastal, you're going to catch some sheepshead and all. The West Bay Bridge is going to be a good place to go. Again, try to get some live shrimp and just drop them down by the pilings, and then moving on from westward to eastward, Crooked. We talk about both the creeks and all the feeder creeks we have here, Burnt Mill Creek and Crooked Creek. They're going to be in good shape. Again, the flats area right in the center of the screen right here, this flats area, and then moving down this way on the flats, and then the old Mare Farms area. It's going to be good fishing. Okay, let's go on down here let's go back. This is where some of the pictures you just saw, a lot of them came from the Hathaway Bridge right here as fishing for the big red fish in there. Okay, so there, and then of course right here at the pass, the second best place is, I show this pass a lot, but you stop and think, all the fish that go in the bay and come out of the bay, they got one way to go in and come out. And, get an outgoing tide, and we've had some really good outgoing tides in the mornings, and it's going to be a good time if you want to go out and catch some bull reds. Again, East Bay is just Sandy Creek area. There's going to be some nice trout, I promise you, caught in the Sandy Creek area up here during the Christmas holidays. Always some nice trout in Sandy Creek. Okay, moving on down. Surf fishing, some of the best surf fishing I've ever seen for whiting has been done in December and January. The whiting bite has been really strong. Mexico Beach is going to be good. And right this area right in here, I've showed it a lot. It's going to be great whiting fishing. And try to just use a little piece of cut shrimp if you don't have any fish bites. A little cut shrimp is going to be good. Going on down here, let's move on down quickly to our eastern end. The same goes for St. George State Park. The state park is going to be good there as far as catching whiting right in this area right here. The Carabelle River, we talked about the freshwater fishing in Carabelle River is going to be really good. You can get your crickets and worms right there at sea quarters. It's going to be some really good fishing. Back behind Dog Island, there'll be some trout hanging around. I promise you there'll be some trout back behind Dog Island during the holidays. So it's going to be some really good fishing there. So, okay, so that's going to wrap it up as far as, the places we're going to go. We're so blessed to have this many areas to go from. I have freshwater. You saw the picture on freshwater. You've got all the rivers and the creeks. Freshwater, going to be a bunch of fish going to be caught in freshwater. A bunch of shell crackers and brim going to be caught. Catfish going to be caught, especially if we get some rain during the holidays and the river starts going down. So catfish is going to be so good. It's just this is a good time of year to go fishing. I can promise you. A lot of the hunters are out in the woods and the creeks and the bays don't have a lot of fishermen in it. So keep that in mind. We're going to wrap it up. We've had a good week and all. We appreciate the viewership, appreciate the feedback. If you send me something, or email or text or something, I don't answer it, please send it back. I get a lot of things. I try to answer 100%. So please send it back to me and I'll get it to you. Y'all have a great weekend. Do something good today for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.